Brewed by Rianne. Brewed by Rianne. It's RC. I'm back with a review on Marriage Bootcamp Reality Stars Hip Hop Edition. This is season 14, episode 7, Breaking Bad. Let's start with Carl. Carl. I feel like when you're guilty of something, you are the last person to be yelling at somebody, first and foremost. But Carl was yelling because he basically was called out. Dr. Ish, Dr. V did what they were supposed to do. They're not there to really babysit you. They're not really there to pamper you and baby you. They're there to let you be aware of what you're doing good, what you're doing wrong. And if you are doing something wrong, guide you to the right path. If you are doing something right, they'll praise you. And Carl, he doesn't really want to face the truth yet. He's just going through the motions by being on show. And I didn't like how he looked like he wanted to fight Dr. Ish. That was not cool. Dr. Ish is a wonderful guy who's there to help. Soldier, Big Draco. That's comeback, right? He had the punishment from last episode, and they're just showing it taking place that, he had to sleep outside of his room, so he had to sleep on the couch. The couch looked comfy though, but when he went upstairs, he did say he didn't have such a good night. So I don't know if he missed Nia or if the couch just wasn't his steez. He just wanted something big and comfy like a bed. But he and Nia was talking. It don't seem like, from what Nia is saying, that she wants to be with him anymore. It seems like it's basically over. I mean, Soldier is trying to keep things together, but especially when a woman hits you with this line, because I've done this line before. If we're not together anymore, will we still be friends? I've done it. I've done that line probably once or twice before. And for me, that line comes from if I feel like either I or the other person, we're at a plateau. I don't see either of us getting to where we need to be married, to be engaged. So I'm not going to stay in just a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship forever. So that's where I would hit someone with a question like that. For her, I think she's in a similar stage. She is kind of fed up. The last episode, didn't she say she wanted to get out of there? So she's kind of fed up. She wants to go, but she's sticking it out to, learn more about herself, learn more about him, and see if they can come together or not. Day 7, breaking the cycle. They did a exercise called street art. That was that was hard to watch. Every human has that moment where it's like you think you've been through some stuff, and then you hear other people's stuff, and you're just like, okay, well, maybe, it wasn't that bad. Not that you didn't go through some pain and some torture and some stuff, but Nia talked about being raped. Soldier Boy talked about the pain and the aftermath of what it's like for a kid when their parents break up. You have to choose which parent you're going to live with. Maybe one parent don't keep in touch as much, which is his mom. Little Mo talked about being molested. Tiffany talked about abuse. I would say physical. I would say emotional. I would say verbal. She's just been abused. So she has an issue with trusting men. And that makes it hard to be in a relationship if you have trust and issues. Fizz, man, that was sad. As a B2K fan, that really bothered me so much. Drew did not want to technically be a superstar when it comes to the music. He wanted to be a basketball star. And he had just made the basketball team, but then his group, B2K, had just got signed. And he had to, go with B2K and do homeschooling. And he kind of basically is saying, in not many words, he regret joining B2K and not following his basketball dreams. It sucks. It's so hard. I feel like it's hard because as a fan, I'm feeling like all the times I'm like, bump, bump, bump. That is all I want to see. I'll be your girlfriend, girlfriend. Like, I'm just thinking of all these little B2K songs, and I'm just like, all the times I was happy because of B2K. All the times a lot of kids my age had fun because of B2K. We were bumping it. It was just life. The music videos were pretty good. And then to know that somebody was in the group and they weren't really happy, like, I feel horrible. Like, I was part of your pain by accident, by indirectly. Like, it was just a weird feeling to hear Drew say that. Favorite scene would definitely just be all the scenes where everyone was letting go and releasing some of the built up tension and stress and pain and hurt and strife and trials and tribulations, you know what I'm saying? Um, that they endured as a child. And I like when people see full circle how things affect you as an adult. For me, doing therapy helped. When I did therapy was back in 2011, 2012. That was one of the best times for me. It was tough because I remember I hadn't been back to college in a minute. I dropped out of college, so I didn't graduate or anything years before. And then I was coming back to college as a much older person, not someone coming from high school anymore. And that summer, I was almost engaged. We ended up breaking up 2 weeks before I started back college. And then months later, for other reasons, when you've been through some stuff, you definitely need to get some stuff out. I did therapy, and I'm telling you, if it wasn't for that guidance of school, people in my life, therapy, God, Christian music, I don't know where I would be right now. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I would even be alive. 2011, 2012, that changed and shaped everything. Everything. And I'll always be grateful for that. Opening up is important. Because I was kind of like, what they call it, introvert, I guess. I keep everything inside. Don't tell nobody nothing. Like, I'm a type of person before, that even the person I'm in a relationship won't even know if, nothing. So now, like in the last few years, I've been more open, and it's helped. It takes a stress relief, you know? You don't have to feel so tense, Zona. So that was everything and more. Knowing that feeling of what it feels like to finally let emotions go and let people go and let hurt go and let pain go. It was a great feeling, and I know for them, maybe right away it's emotional, but in the long run, they're gonna be like, that was good for me to just let that out. Because some of them, they come from the streets. We can't show emotion. We can't like. I think that's so, you know, whack to say you can't show emotions. I actually don't want to be with a man who can't show emotions. Don't approach me. Don't come near me if you can't show emotions. That's some scary stuff. I want to be with someone who is emotional. They do have emotions. They're not going to be crying every day, but, maybe once a month or something is going on and they just can't hold it in no more. I ain't got no problem with that. I won't look at them funny. I would hold them down. I have the back. So I appreciate the men who decided let out the cries. Walker, we still working on you. So the best couples for this episode we go to Drew and Tiff. I don't really use that particular section of my review every single episode, because some episodes it was just an individual that did their thing, and I would just say that. But this one, I felt like as a joint couple, both Drew and Tiff, the way Drew was, rubbing on Tiff's back when she was crying outside in the back, and he never stopped. Like the entire, he fully consoled her. There wasn't no 2 seconds, I'm gonna be a shoulder you can cry on, little mo type of situation. Like he literally made sure she was good, and she, finally came out. Finally came out of her shell, because I felt like she was there, but she wasn't there sometimes, and it was good to see her go through it. I put here, letting it out helps to make you stronger, and that's what it did for me. That's what it did for me, and I can see it did that for Drew and Tiff. Shout out to y'all. Y'all beautiful to watch. Now it doesn't mean I want y'all to be together now, I don't know about all that. But in this episode, y'all showed you can really be there for each other. Maybe as friends, I don't know. I'll keep watching and seeing what's gonna happen. But Drew, Tiff, good luck. There were no jury of your peers segment for this episode, which makes sense. You put a whole cast through a lot of emotion. You better not tell them what they did or didn't do wrong, because you can't do emotion right or wrong. There's no right or wrong for emotion. Ain't nobody gonna call Walker out as a jury of the peer. Now, I as an audience would have loved to seen him show the. I know he has the emotion. I would have loved to see it, but everybody has the right to how they want to express feelings and emotions. But nobody's gonna give Walker a punishment or something like that. Nah, he didn't not do the exercise. This episode was just about participating and letting go of some stress. Advice. I would say to Tammy, when Tammy told her younger self, crying don't make you weak, which is kind of what I was saying earlier about the guys, feeling like that would make them weak. that was emotional, you know, because I feel for people who feel that way. I don't feel that way. I've never felt like crying makes you weak at all. I think it actually makes you stronger, because when you don't cry, you keeping all that bottled up, bottled up, bottled up. They ain't cute. When I used to keep things bottled up before, it gave me anger issues. So we not doing the bottle up no more. I might TMI you, sorry. I'd rather TMI you than go backwards, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the old Ree. I definitely want the new, improved Ree. Little Mo, she spoke about suicide. And we saw that Carl expressed emotions, finally. You know, in regards to his cousin, you know. Y'all try to make me cry. No, I had a cousin. I can't specify. That's somebody's privacy, but, you know, who died. So, 2015. So that brought me there for a second. But it was good. I'm telling you, it was such a blessing to see Carl out of all people. Walker, I've seen Walker cry something else, and not this show. I've seen, I don't know where I saw it, but I've seen it. Carl, he needed to cry. He needed to let stuff out. He seems like the type of person that keeps things bottled up and just boom, all of a sudden, you know, we kind of saw little bits and pieces of that the episode where he would just blow up on Lil Mo, and Lil Mo was almost like doing one of those, like, son, what's your problem? You okay? Now, this is the part where I say subscribe. Subscribe, y'all. Stay tuned with the different reviews. I don't think I'll be doing reactions. I took that off my page. Nah. Gonna have video responses. Yeah, it's almost the same as like commenting on a video, but instead it's gonna be in the video form. If you know YouTube from back in the days, there used to be a format where you can actually attach a video response to the bottom of the video that you're responding to. They don't have that no more, so there'll be a video outside of which will be under my page for that. So, and I'm not gonna do the typical thing. I ain't clout chasing, so I'm not just doing video responses to big YouTubers. I'm doing video responses to everybody on the chain. As long as it's a video and a topic that I'm like, let's talk about it. You know, Derek Jackson. There's so many different people that have topics. Tanya, TKO, what's up, babe? There's so much people that have like great, you know, relationship advice, hot topic type videos. You know, I would love to do some video responses to. Also, you know, there's so many different things that I have going on. If you look in the About section, I have everything listed there. The personal vlogs, all the different things that this channel will have. So stay tuned. But let's get into the questions. Questions for my substers. First one, was it me? Or did it seem like Tiffany talked about her violent past and then Nia kept crying? Because I'm still thinking about that even today. Because that episode was on Thursday and today's Saturday. And I'm just still like, Nia, you're not telling us something between you and Soldier? I feel like she's been through a lot. I can't say a lot, but she's been through some domestic violence, whether it was in her past or her present. Prayers to you, sis. And then let's talk about that last scene that WeTV wants to throw around. Like, I don't like. Don't you play around with domestic violence like that. Don't you make us think Soldier Boy was gonna knock Nia until tomorrow. Don't do stuff like that. But that's what they did. So my question now is on that. Do you think Soldier Boy is physically violent behind the scenes towards Nia based on that last little scene that we saw in the episode? That was some scary stuff. I'm like, what is he gonna do to her? Like, oh, you just, if I could have gone through the TV, that would have been the moment. Because what we not gonna do is no domestic violence to a lady. Yes, she's wrong for being petty. You know that man's emotional because it was the emotional episode where they talk about their childhood past and traumas. And instead of her embracing her man, even if she's mad at, and that's another thing I don't understand about humans. Don't be selfish in those moments. I remember being there for an ex twice when we were broken up and we were still somehow in communication slightly. And he had deaths in his family, and I was there for both of them. And this is a kid. This is not a kid, but whatever. It's just slang. This is a person that's hurt me super bad, and I don't know. I just was out. I literally took the feelings and those negative emotions I had for him, and I just put that somewhere else. Like I stored it in a different area of the brain or whatever, and I was able to just be there for him. I'm not saying that I'm going to continue being that girl, but at least it shows that I can be there for someone who I dislike in that moment. And I feel like Soldier needed her to be there. He's like, I'm hurting and you try to embarrass me on TV. Soldier, why would you, and then that's what I would like to ask Soldier from that scene. Why do you want to marry her, Soldier? Like, why do you, because sometimes in life, and I would say that's why I went back and forth with a particular ex, because it's someone you're familiar with. You know what I'm saying? Like, so familiarity, someone, you know what I'm saying? And then you feel like there's nothing out there in this crazy world, but I don't feel like that no more. Because I decided to let that person go because it's not right. If something is not right, ladies, you listen to her and you listen to her. Your heart and your ears. Because your heart will tell you, what you need to follow, but your ears is telling you, click, 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 what's going on. So, don't stay in nothing that is not going to benefit you positively. But Nia and Soldier Boy. Ooh-wee. I'll drink to that. And this is just lemon lime water.